I was fascinated by the president's Passover message. I thought it was interesting. It's basically this year the ancient instruction is reflected in the daily headlines as we see modern stories of social transformation and liberation unfolding in the Middle East and North Africa. Most of us know the basic story. The Hebrews had been in bondage for 400 years, and then came Moses. I don't think this is an actual videotape of the actual event, but it's close enough. Moses went to the Pharaoh, a brutal dictator, enslaving the Hebrews. He tried to convince them to set the Lord's people free. The Pharaoh's heart was hardened. God sent 10 plagues, final plague, angel of death, to take on the firstborn of every Egyptian family in Egypt. So the Hebrews paint the doorframe with lamb's blood, so the angel will pass over their homes, spare their children. As the angel visits Egypt, the Hebrews have dinner with a ceremony. And it is a symbolic dinner, food to remind them of the trials in Egypt, and what the Lord was doing for them then and what the Lord is doing for them now. It's the Seder that is still commemorated today. Finally, Pharaoh told Moses, okay, get your people and get out. Obama issues this message regarding Passover and said this year the ancient instruction that happens at tables like this last night and today is reflected in the daily headlines we see in modern stories of social transformation and liberation unfolding in the Middle East and North Africa. Against the backdrop of change, we continue to pray for peace between Israel and her neighbors while reaffirming our enduring commitment to Israel's security. Really? Really? At this sacred event, bringing up social transformation and liberation of the people who have vowed to go to war with Israel as soon as they're free, who have sworn to destroy them, to annihilate them, to kill every last one, to shoot them from their wheelchairs, people who have expressed their intense hatred for Israel and the Jews and America during that transformation. This, to me, this statement is at the very least amazingly insensitive. By the way, his next sentence was, as Jewish families gather together for this joyous celebration, let us be thankful for the gifts that have been bestowed upon us, and let us work to alleviate the suffering, poverty, injustice, and hunger of those who are not yet free. Is it a stretch to think that the president is referring to the Palestinians there? He just referred to Egypt, whose leaders are promising war. I don't think it's much of a stretch. The world wonders why it is that most Americans sympathize with the Israelis in their continual battle with the Palestinians in the Arab world. I don't think it's that hard to understand. Israel is a democracy. It's the closest thing to what we understand as freedom in the entire Middle East. We relate to that. But maybe more importantly, we share common values. The Pilgrims, this is one of the best books ever. America's Prophet. It's about Moses. The Pilgrims settled here and believed that they were finishing the Moses story, coming to the Promised Land. They had to cross the sea, arrive in an untested wilderness, and build their homes and their lives in a promised land. On the Atlantic, their leader, William Bradford, proclaimed their journey to be as vital as Moses and the Israelites when they went out of Egypt. And when they got to Cape Cod, they thanked God for letting them pass through their fiery Red Sea. Read this book. The story is the same for America and Israel and all over the world. But the Pilgrims didn't want to destroy and kill the Jews. With Israel, Americans have a shared culture, shared history and values. We have been close allies since their inception. Actually, Israel was born because Harry Truman stood alone and suggested that England should keep their word, something they promised the Jews, that they would have a homeland since, I believe it was World War I, wasn't it? There have been occasional bumps in the road with our relationship with Israel, but we have stood by them when no one else would. But now I fear that seems to be changing. For an American president to bring up Muslim nations whose liberties, who their revolutions have brought out leaders announcing themselves as sworn enemies of Israel and Jews, at a Seder, to me, goes beyond insensitive. Beyond insensitive. it's a slap in the face, especially when you know the history of this administration and what we have already done to Israel. More in a minute.